Absolutely. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. It's the Painful Listeners Podcast. Like the video, share the video. Do what y'all feel is real. Let's have a conversation. And I was taking it for a loop earlier today, but I'm back now. But you know, the gall of certain people is just it's phenomenal. And if you were here on my boxing channel early this morning, I didn't really talk much boxing, but it was a life lesson that I wanted to show my audience. And how do you know what you deal with when you stand on the side of righteousness and you do right by you, and you stand with the community and you're doing your best to do something positive. And when the evils that be, when they fail miserably trying to discredit, derail, and literally stop what you're trying to do, God has their own way of letting them know that they failed and giving them their own trials to deal with. And instead of dealing with their trial, they bring the dysfunction back. So I didn't ask that fella to show back up. I stopped dealing with him about 3.5 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. And then when he pops back up, I'm just asking, why is he here? And shout out to my brother Thomas. He sends me some information, and y'all know what happened next. Now the fella's sick. And with him legitimately needing a new ticker, aka a new heart. Literally, medically, he's sick. He needs a new heart. He's taking up donations on a GoFundMe or whatever that was. He needs a new heart. He still found time to show up and watch somebody, me, that he claimed he did not like. He didn't like me. He didn't like what I represented. But he shows up, and then I find out that news. And I'm like, what? See? You're pretty much on your deathbed, dude, if you don't get a new heart. But you found time to come to the strong house. I want y'all to just let that sink in. That's Monday's show, Knowing Your Surroundings. Knowing your surroundings. Let me write that down. Give me 1 second. Know your surroundings. Who's with you and who is not. That was unbelievable. Amazing stuff. So let's do this roll call and get to the topic, because I don't want to keep us Friday night. Y'all got stuff to do. Rod Neal, Night Train. Young Abel's in the building. He loves the word. Chilltown Majors. Eric Jordan in the building. Tay, how are you? Jumped on me. Isha, what's good? How are you? Good to see you. Robert Singleton, salute. So stay woke. Ladies and gentlemen, stay woke. I'm not taking a personal shot at these women on the page. This was just this is what I could find to I'm playing on words right now. I know I see Joy Reid right there from MSNBC. I see all these sisters, they're in the media and things of that nature. I'm not taking a shot at them, but this woke, stay woke, that slogan woke was something that was actually created by the Black community, and it meant to be aware. Like I gave you the definition of hip hop. So woke was a version of that, being aware, recognizing the games and acknowledging it and saying, okay, well, I know what you're trying to do, so I'm gonna do something to counter that. And somehow they do what they always do, like hip hop. They the other cultures, they hijack what we invent and they add to it. And now the term woke is spun out of control. And now it's not only something that Black people use now. The broken wrist community has gotten a hold of it, and they throw their own spin on things. And even feminists, and I'm not talking about, look, let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with being a feminist. A real feminist, all they want is equal rights for women. I have no problem with that. The problem I have are the women with, y'all ever heard of the term penis envy? That's real, right? They're not lesbians, but they can't stand men because they feel we have privilege over them. It's called penis envy. Fellas, have you ever worked with a woman that just didn't like you? You didn't do anything to her. You don't even know her. You just been on a job for 2 weeks. So you've been on a job forever. And she, Night Train, I had to get at him. Y'all, a lot of y'all didn't know the history with that guy. And I was just like shocked. Like, why is he in my chat? It was crazy. But anyway, y'all ever worked with a woman, like she just got to the job, or you're new to the job, whatever the case is, and she just don't like you? You say, good morning. She growls at you. You go to her, how do I, take this and go over? Why are you asking me? I'm not a supervisor. Go ask the supervisor. She's chewing you out like, y'all had a date last night and you ghosted her. I've had that a few times in my life, and I'm like, damn, what is wrong with her? Oh, you didn't know? What? She hates you. Why? I didn't do nothing. Well, you're a man. Huh? Word? Okay, how about this? I'm gonna stay the hell away from her. Stay the hell away from her. And what I know about women like that, they hate men until they need them. But that's I'm not even gonna go there. I hate men, hate men, hate men, hate men, hate men. And then when some random dude goes upside their head, who they screaming for? Y'all gonna sit there and let them? This was the brick face lady lying on men. These black men watch this guy go upside my head with a brick. They let that lie rock, and she earned 70 racks off of y'all heartache and y'all liars and everything else, and created a very dangerous atmosphere for black men. And then when the truth came out, and it was on video, I don't know if you found it, it wasn't a brick. It was a water bottle. And it wasn't a Uber driver. Go look at the story if you forgot it. And the most important part was she started the fight. And she lied. Stay woke, right? An African Muslim lesbian. None of that made sense, but whatever, man. Running around slapping men in the face and twerking. When all else fails, what do the sisters do? Twerk it out. Fuck work it out, we're gonna twerk it out. Whatever, man. Whatever. So woke. Really? Woke. Stay woke. And I touched on this yesterday. I'm gonna continue to speak on it today. And salute to our brother Eric Jordan, that Cash App. Much love and appreciation. He says, woke coach and Miguel. Not today.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
It's Salute to you, good brother. Thank you very much. And I don't mind a woman sticking up. Y'all must have forgot, salute. Sticking up for women's rights. You're supposed to. But when you have penis envy, that's a whole different issue. Yeah, I know, Abel. Yeah. That's a whole different issue when you have penis envy. That's bad and that's dangerous. And those women have infiltrated feminism and they made it something different. It's beyond fighting for women's rights. You know what it is? It's fighting for women's rights. And if you can, you put your high heel shoes on the necks of men. You remember I did that show, that chick that has a whole book out on how to lie on men, get them fired from jobs. You remember I did that live stream? It was like last year, early last year. Remember that? Young Hollywood, salute. Y'all must have forgot. Salute if I missed you. Yeah. You remember that? A whole book. It's on Amazon on how to lie on men and get them in trouble. And I'm like, how is this on sale? A real feminist will speak out against that. We don't need to lie on men to move ahead. That's not what we do. That's not what real feminists do. You see what I'm saying? 704 Joe, salute. Yeah, like they hijacked Black Lives Matter. Now they got all kinds of things going on in there. You got other agencies or other people with other agendas attaching themselves to something that we created in good faith. But what happens is, instead of standing true to their word and saying, no, that's not what we're about, you sprinkle a little money in it. And here's where it gets technical. You sprinkle a little money in it, and everybody can get compromised. That's what happened with Black Lives Matter. Now, woke is not really like a movement. It was a slogan. But now they threw it on shirts. They sell it on shirts. And woke has become something else. It's morphed into something else like feminism. You say feminism to a man, most men would be like, oh, God. Real feminists are harmless. It's the penis envy chicks and the lesbian chicks that hate men that attach themselves to feminism. Those are the dangerous people. They are dangerous. Jeff Spark, my brother, salute. Mind of Mansa Musa, what's good? They're dangerous. They're up to no good. And what's happened is woke culture, this new woke culture, what they've been successful in is invading male spaces. You know, I told this story yesterday. I told it on my boxing channel today, but it bears repeating. I remember exactly when the shift happened. It was in the it's like early 2000s. Prior to 9/11 and then after 9/11. You go to the gentleman's club. You walk in, you pay your money, you go sit at a table or you sit at the bar, whatever it is, you get your drink and you're watching the ladies or whatever. And then I remember noticing a group of women walking through the door. And that wasn't too, that wasn't like, it wasn't strange to see at first. But what I noticed, and I'll never forget the day I noticed, I ain't gonna say, well, the club don't exist anymore. But I'm standing like at the bar and I'm watching these girls come through. There was like 6 of them. And I'm like, just looking, I'm like, whose birthday is it? It wasn't nobody's birthday. And why would they come here? Male review night was at the same spot, but that was like on like a off day, like Wednesday or Thursday. Like after work, when the girls come after work, they could come to male review night. And by the way, male review night was a million times more raunchy than they thought a strip club was. And I'm watching these women come in. Freedom's March, my brother, salute. I'm watching these women come in, and I'm looking, and I'm like, they're not gay. They walked in and they had to call over a female security, pat them down. I'm just watching like, what are they doing here? So now I'm thinking, okay, maybe a relative works here and they're supporting, or I'm looking at their bodies like maybe they're scouting because they want to come back and work, or maybe they're gonna go straight to the back. And I said, no, they're customers. And they got a table and they're just looking around. I compared them to the terrorists that do test runs on airplanes. They don't just hop on a plane and say, okay, we're gonna take this one. No. They pick a route and they get the patterns and like who's the stewardesses and who could potentially be the air marshal and all of that stuff. And I'm just watching. I'm watching them because I was intrigued. I was like, what are they doing? And then they got some hot wings and stuff. Look, for me, I never ate in the strip club. That's why would you? Okay, whatever. But they got some wings and some fries or whatever, or some tacos, whatever they were serving. A woman go over there and just look at the table and do a little shimmy, and they tip them. And I'm like, what is this? And they just looking around. And they're leaning over, then they get some drinks, and then they're laughing, and I'm like, what's with them? And then they leave. A month later, I'm back. Now, I don't know how many times they came in between that, but now apparently they were regulars. Now they up in the strip club. Thank you, 704 Joe. That's where I'm going. That's exactly where I'm going with this. Now it's not 6 women. Now it's about 9 of them. And I'm like, wait, those look like the same group with extras now. And now they got a table. Now they got a couple of bottles. Now they bring the whole plate of wings over there. And now women are running over there, hey girl, whatever, and they twerking and they giving them the money. And I'm like, what's going on here? And they're not gay. I can look and tell. You know the gay chicks when they walk up in there. They have the lipstick lesbians and they have the chicks walking around looking like 12-year-old boys with their lips all poked out. Now they got tattoos on their face. A little malnourished Nelly walking around there. You like 40 and you look like you're 12 years old wearing a baggy shirt. It's like, come on, man. I know what's going on under there. And I'm just looking like, what the hell is going on here? And it, Cop Killer, what up? And it escalated and escalated and escalated. A year and some change go by. Now half the club is women. And here's the funny part. The men get drowned out. Because now they're sitting there like, what's going on? And the women, they'll come and they'll, shake their booty, you give them a tip, and they run back to go high five with their newfound friends. Now they'd rather sit and chat with their homegirls, right? Their newfound friends, and not make no money. But the dudes with the money is on the side of the club like, hey, hello? You ain't trying to get paid? What's happening here? What's happening here? And I looked at this stuff because I'm like, all right, maybe they're infiltrating to see if they can get their best dancers out to go to another club. Maybe those girls work for somebody else. Look, I investigated everything. I was being nosy. It wasn't even that. Those are just normal chicks chilling. I'm like, why would they chill here on a Friday and Saturday night? No men run up in male review night, and you know why you know what? That's not what we do. You know why? That's a female space. Here's the reality. We don't really care what they do in there. That's not for us. But they were going in there doing test runs, and when they say, okay, we want to know, look, back in the day, I don't know how old a lot of y'all are, but back in the day, whenever men said they were going to the gentleman's club, you know what women really thought? They thought we was going in there to smash chicks. They're the National Quiet Storm salute. That's what they thought. They thought somewhere in there was a group of girls. Kofa in the building, salute. Pleasure hanging out with my brother in ATL, man. Pleasure. Village brother, salute. Women really thought that when men say they were going to a gentleman's club, you know why that was getting bent out of shape? Because they thought there was a huge portion of it that was a whorehouse. That's what they thought. And here was a news flash. I was dating some chick back then. And I said, what do you think goes on? Because I used to work, the private parties or whatever. I used to, bounce at the clubs or whatever. And, oh, what you be doing in there? And like, nothing. Because here's the reality. You know what the reality was? And I told them, I said, you know what the reality is? Let's say on a Friday night, Saturday night, depending on the size of the club, let's say there's 25 girls in there. Here's the reality. Of those 25 girls, I'm going to tell you right now, 20 of them, 21 of them don't want you even touching them. I'm dead serious. They're repulsed by the dudes in there. You know why? A lot of them are single mothers, and they're just doing this to buy milk or whatever. A lot of them are college students, and, it's like, do I get the rinky-dink job at Kmart? Or do I just sit here and doodle brown? Because twerking, it wasn't called twerking in the night. It was called doodle brown. Do I doodle brown here and make this quick 300 in the night and pay for these college books? There's no pension in stripping. There's only a small percentage of them that are in there looking for a come up. And guess what? The girls looking for a come up, those were the Cardi B's who stripped in the Bronx. I seen her. You know who else used to strip? Y'all remember Eve? Seen her? When I saw them bouncing around on TV, I said, oh, she's rapping now. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Ben saw Eve. Sue's Rendezvous. Yonkers. Or New Rochelle, wherever it is. It's over there. The place sucked, but whatever. I know I saw Cardi B. I said, oh, look, she's rapping now. Great. Going home with dudes, drugging them and robbing them. And that was a small percentage of them doing that. So guess what the dudes knew? It ain't safe. Keep it in the club. Get your ones. Tip them. Slap them on the butt. If you're into the lap dance, if you're into that sort of thing, do that. Get your mind right. Either you go home and crawl on top of your lady, or you shake dice and go to bed. And that's how you spent your weekend. If a man wanted to get laid, I used to tell the women the last place they went to was the strip club. It's rare that a dude has so much game that he could talk a chick out the club and get her to smash at a hotel or in the car outside around a corner somewhere. And you can't even do that. There's police all around there. Why? Because sometimes, depending on where the club is, it wasn't in the best of neighborhoods. Unless you go to those high class spots from back in the day. What's the place that Howard Stern used to hang out at? Scores. I mean, that was high class, like $100 to get in. The bouncers wore tuxedos, that kind of thing. Owned by the mob, that kind of thing. No, we're talking about the Bronx, Brooklyn, those hole-in-the-wall joints. Something pop off and the bouncers can't handle it. Guns, bullets start flying. You know what the bouncers did? Oh, well, it's a wrap, and they walk off. It's a wrap. Police will be here in a minute. Bounce. Easy come, easy go. Yeah, Yonkers, bro. Yeah, bro. I know, bro. I know. I've been around. So if your man was out there, getting the stank thing wet, it wasn't in no strip club. I can promise you that. Now, there was some fugazi places. There was a spot on 3rd Avenue in the South Bronx on 167th and 3rd. It was called Sweetbacks, named after the movie. And I went up in there one day and I said, what's wrong with these girls? They're not dimes. They're like 5 and 6s with scars and stitches. What's going on in here? I was by the bar. Look, I was with this dude I went to college with, man. He brought me there. He knew where all these hole-in-the-wall spots was. He said, yo, Sweetbacks? I was like, nah. I said, oh, my aunt used to live right there. I was like, oh, I didn't know this was a spot. Went up in there. Music was loud. They had a little midget that was a bouncer. And I'm looking, I was like, oh, my God. Like, I tried to walk in and I bumped into something. And it was a little dude. Looked like Bushwick Bill. Had a big old, dreads. And I said, oh, my bad. I ain't see you. And he, looked at me. I said, deadass, I ain't see you. And I said, oh, he's security. JC, what up? He's security. Oh, no, you got to peer at the window. What window? Shh. I didn't even see the window. And then that little window was tinted. Derek Gaines, the legend, salute. Paid my little $5 and then he let me in. I said, what the fudge? And I'm like, what's going on with these? So, you just watching, and because I ain't even gonna hold you. Lotto spots, you gotta make sure you know where the exits are. I'm like, all right, this is crazy. Exit right there. It's an exit right there. The entrance is right there. If something jump off, I'm going right through there, or I could jump through this window if something go crazy. You know what I mean? And then I noticed, some chick went up to my boy and was like, yo, something. And then he leaned over and was like, yo, man, in the back over there, they da-da-da. I was like, oh, wow, no wonder these chicks look all messed up. I'm good. Drank my Corona and we left. I ain't even gonna hold you. I wasn't built like that. I was like, chill. Teach, what up? Yeah, Young Hollywood, it was $5 entry. This was 96. And I didn't even know that shit was there. I was like, what is this? It's called Sweetbacks. But anyway, I'm looking at this, at the regular, more commercial spots. I'm looking at them and I'm like, what are they doing here? Whole year later, it's mixed company. Well, Constrictor, what up? And I watched how the dancers were more mingling with the ladies in there, and the dudes. It's not like they were broke. They were just sitting there like, yo, what they didn't understand is, what the dancers didn't understand is, men go there because they want to, in their mind, for the time that they're there, they want to fulfill a fantasy in their head. A lot of the dudes get groped in those clubs by women that they would never, that would even touch them in real life. Beyond those doors, they would never touch them in real life. And that's the only thing that they can come close to completing a fantasy. That's what it's for. And it's a form of what? Entertainment. It was a male space. And I'm not talking about the couples that go there, because there are couples that attend, and that's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the heterosexual couples, the male and man and his wife, whatever, and they go, I'm not talking about that. These women infiltrated the spaces and started telling the dancers, hey man, don't deal with them. Here, let me tip you, girl. Those dudes is broke. Those Negroes is broke. And dudes been sitting there like, yo, I've been coming here for however period of time. I done dropped bread in here, and now even the regulars won't come near me. Or if they do come, they don't even fulfill the fantasy. They just go over there, give you a little shimmy, and you tip them. And they were like, yo, that's it? You done? Okay. And then they stomp off and go chill and drink the drinks that the shorties bought them. And you know what they don't know? Here's the mind F. The club I'm talking about was called Sin City in the Bronx. It's not there anymore. And Sin City was popping. They had commercials on the radio. We had 4 urban stations out here. BLS, Kiss FM, Shot 97 came later, and then Power 105 came after that. And on the 2 hip-hop stations, they advertised for Sin City. They did. It was deep in the South Bronx. Exactly, Night Train. And let me explain. What they did was the women went in there and they cuffed those girls. Had them telling them, yo, man, he broke. Don't go over, man. Just come hang with us. Here, we're tipping. You know what the men started doing? It's garbage in here now. I used to come up in here and she used to come sit with me. I used to tip, buy drinks and da-da-da and go home, and that's it. Now they don't know me. And you know what they did? They packed up and took their business elsewhere. And you know where Sin City is now? It went under. And the bouncers ain't know what happened. Some dude I was talking to, they say, I don't even know what happened. We used to be popping. I said, you don't know what happened? And what I'm explaining to y'all, I had to explain to him because he didn't know. And I watched it. Ern Jordan, salute. I said, yeah, you know, y'all start letting these chicks in. And you can't turn them away at the door without a good reason. What are you going to tell them? They're paying money to get in the door. But you know what the result was? They slowly killed them from the inside out. You let a virus in and it took your whole business down. It's like, wait a minute, there's a line down the block around the corner. The door was popping. The drinks was popping. I don't understand what happened. And the chicks didn't realize, yeah, I'm not getting tipped as much because they broke. No, dudes are saying, yo, why y'all over there? Those chicks ain't even gay. Why y'all over there? And now I started watching it. I was like, you got a whole bunch of brothers. It looked like a regular club. Whole bunch of brothers on one side, sitting at tables, flicking their thumbs and looking around like, I paid $25 to get in here just to watch these shorties be around other shorties. And I used to walk by the table, I used to hear them talking about the dudes. Oh, they all on the wall and they all, you supposed to be, what do they say? Getting your money. Get your money. Why? They paid to get in. You're supposed to go to them. Them not thinking, you know what happened? They killed their own place of business, didn't even know it. The feminists that came in there, mission accomplished. You just ruined the male space. You just ruined the male space. That's what they did. Mission accomplished. I had to explain that to homie. I said, you don't see what's going on? And I had to sit him down. I was like, bro, let me tell you what's been happening all year long. And I explained it. I said, yeah, you notice that there was more girls and more girls and more. He was like, yeah, we can't turn away girls. I said, you can't, but I'm letting you know what happened. You don't wear a hat and run up in some chick raw dog. You're taking a chance, are you? You let something in you and you feel all right for about a month. Next thing you know, you're like, why I feel funny? You go use the restroom and fire blow out your Johnson. You're like, oh, what happened? Took that chance. Letting those women in, I don't care what y'all had to say. Letting those women in, you let a virus in. If they really want to get in, you know what you reserve the right at those clubs to set your price at the door. Men, $20. These chicks want to come in, hit them with the 40. Y'all want to come in 40. Why? And you could tell them at the door. You know why? You come in and now you're high-fiving with my dancers, and I got men in here that are regulars, and the dancers aren't dealing with the men that are already in here. Because y'all walk in here and y'all laughing and joking and talking about your soap operas. The manager had to walk around and tap the girls on the shoulder. Work the floor. What are you doing? Work the floor. So the women were dishing out some money. But throughout the year, they made money at the door, but they didn't make money in the club like that. Why? A chick could go to a dude and he could talk or be trying to finesse her, but the whole time she's on game. He's like, yeah, buy me a drink. So now he got to go get a $10 martini or $20 martini, an $8 Corona. So now the bar's working. These girls come in there, they buy a $200 bottle, and it looks nice. The sparkles, and they come, bring it out. They got a $400 bottle of whatever. Right? It looks nice, doesn't it? But what's the trade-off? Each chick working these dudes, getting those drinks, it's probably worth $2,000 by the end of the night. But they want to pop bottles, one $400 bottle with their new girlfriends. Literally hearing these girls. Oh, girl, yeah. When your day's off, we can go hang out and go here and da-da-da-da-da. Making friends. Exactly, young Hollywood. And they didn't understand that they were killing themselves. And I wish I was there that night when he says, you know what, this y'all last night, I got to close these doors. I couldn't make the rent for 2 months. We've lost money. Oh, why we got to close? Yeah. Your regulars that was putting money in your pocket, you put them on the back burner because you let your new best friends come in here and tell you that they were broke and they're dusty and dirty and they're probably following you home and you don't know it. Feeding you nonsense, and you ate it up, and rather than working the floor because you got bills to pay and everything else, you're sitting down having a powwow with your new best friends. Well, honey, you and 20 other chicks did that, and it caused Sin City to close. And Sin City wasn't the only place that suffered because of stupid stuff like that, because I've watched it. I'm like, why are all these straight women coming in here? And you know what I've decided? I've said, you know what? This was a work. They did that on purpose. They know that. Those chicks that went from 6 to 10 to 12, and it's nobody's birthday, they just coming up in there hanging out. They're not spending any more money than the regulars in there. But the sisterhood, we talk about the sisterhood, right? They put the sisterhood before making their bread. That's how crazy it was. And they let the sisterhood tell them, oh, these guys are dirtbags. So what? They could be dirtbags. You're not leaving with them. Half of those chicks got whole families at home. Not even husbands. Baby daddies, boyfriends, kids. You're not there to get married or nothing. You're there to sell a fantasy, get your money, and leave. And the best interest was for y'all to keep the club open. Y'all couldn't even do that. The sisterhood made y'all homeless. Now where you gonna strip? Now some of them had to travel all the way to Newark. You know how far that is from the Bronx? Now you gotta go to Queens. Some of these chicks lived in the Bronx. They lived in Harlem, which was right across Harlem was directly across the bridge. That was the tip of the Bronx right there. The bridge right there, right into Harlem. Some of the chicks was walking home in groups. It was a whole buddy system thing. And they didn't know they were killing themselves. Ruined Now, listen, how they pay their bills is irrelevant. But you had a bunch of dudes. Don't chicks be on here? Oh, you got to cash at me. You got to do this. You got to do that. Well, they were in there. And because of your tiny little snatch waist and big old butt, they were paying for your rent and everything else. But you put the sisterhood first, and it ruined the male space. But what was the cost? Now you got to find somewhere else. Now you got to travel. Now, social media wasn't popping like that. But now it is. And a lot of those young ladies ain't so young anymore. Now that a lot of them are on social media twerking and doing all this weird stuff. Oh, if you want to speak to me, send me $100. What? These are the strippers, bro. These are the strippers. And now you got to do all of that. Why? You think it's easier? No. The sisterhood ruined the male space, and it's affected you. Because not every chick could be successful and get flown out everywhere. Get flown out. I've seen some awful looking beasts. Oh, I need $100 to even have a conversation. Oh, yeah, you fly me out. And they didn't want to fly out. And brothers be like, yo, I flew her out here. She on her period. I'm sending her ass home. And there's a bunch of videos of that. I mean, come on. So this is what woke does. The feminists, the awful feminists came inside strip clubs and ruined that male space. Mission accomplished, right? But now y'all have a whole new headache. You know why? You know, the first thing you found out was men wasn't effing in those clubs like that. That's the first thing you found out. The second thing you found out was not all those girls were whores. They were college students. Some of them had day jobs. They was doing that to make the ends meet, and they using what they got to get what they wanted, and that was money. Tom, what up? Oh, bro, I'm so glad you brought that up. The gyms. Now look, I put up my videos. I put up my camera, do a little jump rope video. But Pinball, what up? Now, every time I turn the F around, there's a chick with a ring light and they're doing squats with yoga pants with the thong in it. I'm like, what are you doing? I have a spot in my gym where I jump rope. Unfortunately, it's next to 2 leg machines. Do you know how many times I was there first, minding my business, jumping rope, and then here comes Shorty with the BBL and the legs don't match. And she wants to use the squat machine. She wants to use a leg press in an awkward way that you're really not supposed to use it. You could hurt yourself. There are some machines you could use it to hit a different muscle, but some of these chicks, they do some weird stuff that you could really hurt yourself. And it's always with their butt out somewhere. It's like, what are you doing? Come on. This chick one day set up her camera. I just told my wife this story. And I never shared it online because it was like so annoying. I'll just give you the quick story. I was jumping rope and I was just in the zone, counting my turns, doing push-ups, jump up. And, I was doing my thing. And then here comes Shorty with the legs not matching. And she turns her ass towards me and she's doing the leg press. So I was done. Now, mind you, I was there first. I was done, packed up my rope, and I said, all right, I'm not satisfied. I'm going to do some more cardio. So I go to the treadmill, I put it on like 7, now I'm jogging. So then my boy comes up and I have my headphones in. I look at him. I'm like, he says, yo, they're about to come upstairs and talk to you. Who's they? We in school? What are you talking about? He says, yo, that girl with the funny legs is downstairs talking about she felt uncomfortable because you were staring at her. I said, what girl? He said, the girl with the funny legs. I said, wait a minute. She was on the leg press. He said, yeah, when you jump rope. I said, what is she talk? I said, bro, it's going to be what it's going to be. So I put my headset back and I'm jogging and here they come up the steps. Now everyone knows me in my gym. And they walk up and she's because it's steps, then flat, steps, flat, and then steps. Now she's standing on the side and she looks around and sees me and she says, that's him. So I stop the treadmill and I step off the treadmill. Now they know me. And mind you, they called mall security in there. Now here's the mind F. a supervisor of the mall security lives in my building, and his son and my daughter went to school together, like all through elementary school and junior high school. They're about to go to high school now. So he walks up to me with this smirk on his face. So I start smiling. I'm like, what happened? He was like, yo, we just here because they called us because they said there might be a situation. And I'm like, for what? He was like, yo, check this out. So now I'm talking to the gym personal trainer. He said, check this out. Shorty said that she had her camera up and she has video of you looking at her butt, and you kept doing it, and you winked at her, and I was like all of this stuff, and I'm like, hold on, what? Yo, I promise you, I didn't do any of what she said. I didn't do any of it. Now, what did I tell you though? People use these machines in awkward ways, and they can hurt themselves. So when you see that on these gym TikToks all the time. You see that all the time. You're like, you know, they be like, yo, what the hell? Dudes be swinging on like pull-up bars and doing all kinds of stuff you're not supposed to do. You can like kill yourself in there. When you sign a gym contract, one of the things you're signing that you don't read pertains to the machine. If you use it in a form that it's not supposed to be used in and you hurt yourself, you can't sue the company. I bet y'all don't even read that part. You know the pull-up bar by the crossover cables? There's always a pull-up bar right there. You know you're not supposed to do muscle-ups on that thing? You know why? If you slip, you could get your wrist or forearm caught into the bar. You could break your arm. I've seen it happen. You can't sue LA Fitness because it's in the contract. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. So she's sitting there in an awkward position and using one leg. And I saw her set the camera up, but I was there for like an entire 30 minutes before she pulled up and sat there. And I'm just working. So then she gets up and takes off her sweater and does this stretch. And I'm turning her up and I look at her like, weirdo. Then she sticks her butt out and she says, and 1, and 2, and I looked at her like, and I said, wait a minute. She has me on camera staring at her. And they laughed and said, yeah. I said, was I staring? They said, nah, you looked twice. You looked about 2 or 3 times. I said, yeah, I looked, yeah. I said, how is she using the machine? I said, the machine? And my boy was like, I know. I said, of course. I said, we look at weirdos in here every day. She's a weirdo. She's one of them. Did all that weird ass stretching and then sat down and poked her fake butt out, and she's turning it aside. First of all, she's gonna break her hip and break her knee. And I said, and then I hear her downstairs say, if you don't do something, men can't be in here, you know, doing that to women. If you don't do something, he's going up on my TikTok. So I'm down the stairs at that point. And I told her straight out, Itch, you put me on your TikTok, you're going to find out. You're going to find out. I will start a TikTok specifically for you. And I am a YouTuber. I said it out loud. I am a YouTuber. Trust me. It ain't going to work out for you. And I pursue legal action against you. That's what hit her. I said, and I pursue legal action against you. And as a matter of fact, I looked at my boy. I said, if she's still here with this membership, I feel intimidated. I might pursue legal action against this gym. Because she's accusing me of sexual harassment. I didn't do that. In this atmosphere, you know what happened? I ain't go to the gym for 3 days. When I came back, my boy came out the locker room. He was like, yo. I said, what? I told the manager he killed her account. I said, you playing. Dogs, I was just saying that. I'm like, I just knew. I said, man, I'm gonna be on her TikTok and I'm gonna have to fight this. Y'all know I got a doxing lawyer, right? I said, I'm gonna have to call this dude and be like, yo, look what I just went through. I'm finna sue her. You can be on social media talking about, oh, I'm a creep and look at this creep. You know all those videos. There's a bunch of them. Look, I'm just working my abs and here he go again. Oh, why is he sitting down with his phone out? I know he's recording me. No, he's waiting for you to finish so he can use the machine. It's not about you all the time. It's not about you. So he told me, he says, yo, when you said that about pursuing legal action, we told the boss and we were laughing about it, but the boss was like, no. We ain't dealing with that. Who's that? Kill her membership. I said, you serious? He said, yo, he said, kill her membership. They sent her an email. She ain't been back. And I waited. This was a while ago, y'all. I said, I waited, man. I waited. I got a hold of her TikTok because even the girls upstairs were like, yo, she wildin'. They started telling me, dudes was like, yo, how many sets? You know how people come up, how many sets you got left? And she'll take an earbud out and be like, why are you watching me? I'm working here. When I'm done, I'll just get up. With an attitude. See, I didn't know that because I don't let me explain something to you. I legitimately go to the gym to work out. Now, familiar faces, yes. Like dudes, I'll just be like, yo, what up, whatever. Women, I'm like, they gotta approach me. Unless they're around the neighborhood and I know them. But familiar faces, the women that don't live close that I see every now and again, I've been seeing them for like 4 years now. So it's like, hey, what up? Hey, how you doing? Exactly, Mr. Shelton. And exactly, Abel. Good riddance. Yeah, exactly, Robert Singleton. The owner was like, good night. He didn't want that smoke. And I meant what I said. I was only going to do something that I said, if I pop up on this itch TikTok, I'm going in on her. The shorties I was cool with was like, nah, man, she got an attitude. I don't even talk to her. Got a BBL and you trying to do some squats to make your quads catch up to your hips and your butt that you paid for in DR. Looking like two apples on two number 2 pencils. Looking stupid. Nobody's born built like that. Unless they're that alien from Alien Romulus. Go see it. It's a funny, well, not funny. It's a cool flick. But that alien at the end was like, oh my God. Looking like that. A 9-foot tall hermaphrodite. It's crazy. And Shorty was like, yeah, I know what she is on TikTok. If she puts something up, I'll let you know. You ain't gonna drag my name. There's men all over the world getting dragged, making them look like creeps. They're just waiting for you to finish. Because why? They don't want to talk to you. You talk to you, it's an attitude. So that's what Tom was talking about. Even gyms, we got to deal with that. There was a female gym space. It was called Lucille Roberts. Are they still around? And there was another one for the huskier woman. And it was a gym, but it had curtains over it so you can't look in because, body shaming and stuff like that. Go to an all-women's gym. Create an all-women's gym where y'all could do y'all selfies. Or do that. You're hogging up all the damn... It was curves. Thank you. There's some gyms that don't let you put up your camera. I'm trying to work and the shorty be like, oh, wait, could you stop that for a minute? I'm trying to what? It's your ugly ass. Sam Max, salute. Trying to what? Get on my nerves. You want a Stairmaster? Selfie. You want a squat rack? Selfie. Leg press? Selfie. Don't even break a sweat. I'm in the gym. I'm there to work. What do you think move is about? How about move out my way? Hashtag Luda. Move, itch, get out my way. Shout out to Luda. You don't know me like that. Ridiculous, man. Slave, you out your cotton picking mind. Get out of here, man. Male spaces, and yes, a gym was a male space, believe it or not. And they've ruined it. So you got strip clubs, gyms, and you know what else? Video games. I was talking about this earlier. Oh, Mind of Mansa Musa, you watched it? Bro, that wasn't nasty at the end. I said, yo. Oh my God. Oh, whew.
Good night.
I was like, this is disgusting. Anyway, that thing was nasty, bro. That thing was nasty. Only thing it was missing was a guitar. It looked like Billy Corgan. Smashing Pumpkins. Signs on my rage. I'm still just a rat in a cage. Looking ass. But anyway. Video games. There's a company called Ubisoft. It would be called Ubisoft. And if you put it in the search engine on YouTube, a lot of gaming channels, they spoke up about this. I've just learned this fairly recently. And it took a hit, and the gamers are pissed off. They're like, yo, what are y'all doing to these games? And upon further investigation, you found out that Ubisoft, majority of the programmers and writers, Brother Reese, salute, they are female. They're female. Oh, MTR did. He damn sure did speak on it. They're female. And one female in particular did an interview, and she says, I don't like gamers. Question. You don't like gamers, but you work for a gaming company. Are you putting 100% into the product? Because who are you working for? The company who has to, supply and demand. You have to put out a great product so that gamers could buy it. But here's what's strange. I'm pointing out the fact that majority of Ubisoft are females. The game creators, the writers, the graphic designers, and everything else. Don't women always complain about these men playing games? Are you a grown man? You playing these video games? Oh, I hate men that play video games. Oh, you a gamer again. Never mind the fact. Oh yeah, Derek, I'm picking Cap. I'll explain why. Oh, you play game. You're a gamer. Never mind the fact that you could. I didn't know this, but A lot of these guys play games, man. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars monthly. There's a dude, I didn't know he was making a strong 6 figures on his 2K account, and his girlfriend, right, in his house, she deleted his 2K account. And he came in and he was so mad, it wasn't fake either. He was so mad he couldn't even talk. And he was screaming at her, "Why would you do this?" And his voice was trembling. "And you always on that game," and she's on her live stream, and he never pay attention to me, and he's always on that game. Mind you, the elaborate lifestyle that looked like they were living in his house. The kid was not the kid, Anthony, what up? He was a man. From what I read, he was making like 6 figures a month on a 2K account. I don't know what the hell that was about, but he was getting paid. And instead of her enjoying the fruits of the labor and playing her position while he's playing the game, get him a drink and a sandwich, you delete the account because you're not getting enough attention. And this dude was on there trying to, and I heard once you delete your account, it's gone. It's gone. And she's on her social media barking at the camera like she's right. And I'm like, you know what, bro? I ain't gonna say what he should have did. But do the math. You're making 6 figures a month or something. It was something crazy like that. If it wasn't 6 figures a month, look, man, anything that you can do like that and make 10 grand a month, come on. And then she deletes it because you're not paying attention to her. But meanwhile, she's in your house. Tiago, what up? You're paying for all of this by playing a game. He's in the house. He's not out somewhere where you don't see him and he's making the money. He's in the house. This is work. This falls into the high value man. The trade-off is to make that high value money. He might not be in a house a lot. He's making moves. The Rock, when he's wrestling, he's on the road half the year. And in between that, he's acting. How often does he see his house that he pays for? And to my knowledge, I don't think his wife is complaining. Why would you complain? You're married to The Rock, multi-millionaire. Actor, wrestler, the world knows him. You're married to him? Look, shut up and fix him a sandwich. Complain for what? You think she got girlfriends talking about, he's never home though? Yeah, because he's doing like Fast and the Furious 412. And he's about to bring home $1 billion. Don't you get lonely? Hold on, let me check my bank account. Nope. Aren't you worried that he might be sleeping with somebody? Excuse me. You know half of this belongs to me, right? Oh, get it, girl. You could just, if you catch him cheating, you could take it. No. No. While he's alive, I have all of it. I don't want half of it. You know why? Because the half I have, that'll be it. And I won't have him. Check this out. Sometimes, just me and you in it, ladies, sometimes having him is more important than getting half. Hello. I'll say it one more time. Sometimes having him is more important than getting half. Y'all don't even know how to work the Rock's wife looks. Y'all may or may not have seen her. But if she says, you know what, F it, I'm out of here, Dwayne, and I want half, and she gets it, and he's paying her spousal support, and I don't know how old his kids are, but maybe they're growing, I don't know. But after that, now The Rock is on the market. Do you know what his DMs are gonna look like? And he's in his 50s. And he could pull an 18-year-old. What is she pulling? Who are you? I'm The Rock's ex-wife. Oh, you left him? He can get another Hollywood piece of tail. What could she get? I didn't make the rules. Did I lie just now? I didn't make the rules. That's just how it is. So her ribs won't be touching. She'll get paid. But sometimes having a man is worth more than half. Mark Kendall in that super chat, salute to you, good brother. He said, there's a war on masculinity, as well as an agenda on them to emasculate men. Yeah, toxic masculinity is a catch to shame. It's a catch-all to shame men. Send the asteroid, God bless. Yeah, man. It is. And toxic masculinity is not even a thing. It's like black on black crime. It's not a thing. It's just crime. Does the Italian mob run the black neighborhoods? No. They run their neighborhoods. Does the Albanian mob run the Italian neighborhood? No. They run their neighborhood. Is that not Albanian on Albanian crime? Italian on Italian crime? There's movies that are made about their lineage of violence amongst their own community. They made movies about it way before that movie Colors came out with not Ice-T. He did the soundtrack for it. But we stick out like sore thumbs. It's not even a thing. So Ubisoft, go figure. Ubisoft, Ubisoft. Ubisoft, that would be the name of the damn company, wouldn't it? So Ubisoft sprinkles woke into video games, and the gamers have spoken, and one of these women's, their response is, I hate gamers. That's her response? That is your response? Hey, yo, what do you think about, you put out these products and over the last year and the gamers are just not buying it, and they're saying we don't like the storylines, and, everything has changed, and, there's a lot of, there's too much woman power in these video games now, and, there's a lot of broken wrist things going on. What is your thoughts on that? And instead of saying, we're going to go back to the drawing board and we're going to listen to our audience and see what's going on. No, she says, I hate gamers. They're so hard to please. How about this is something that they take serious? Here's what you don't understand, ladies. We take our entertainment serious. Don't get mad if it doesn't involve you, because that's what this is. It don't involve you. But you took your education and your smarts and you involved yourself. That's what you did. And now you're trying to sprinkle in what you think we like. Here's what we know. As far as entertainment is concerned, you don't know what we like. And when you see it, you don't care. Because what do you say? It's not my entertainment. I don't care anyway. Just like when KS used to ask you, do you even know what men like? Y'all saw those clips? What do you think men prefer? As far as men, real or BBL? All the women said BBL. All of them said BBL. All the men said real. See what I mean? They think they know. They think they know. They don't know. Had this discussion at work. Well, I really wasn't participating. Let me explain. It's a group of operators that I came out with over a decade ago, and we was just talking, and one of the young ladies was saying, it was the same thing. What do men prefer? And we all said, nah, this BBL. Now, every now and again, y'all growing up, there was always that one or two chicks, maybe you went to school with them, maybe one lived around your way, that God blessed them just right. D cups, a 48-inch hips, half moon buttocks, nice legs. They may have had a flat stomach or just a little pouch, but everything hit them just right. They had natural hair. Blessed, right? Now, it's like every other chick looks like that. Every other chick looks like that. And it's like, ho-hum. Ho-hum. And the men were saying, no, all that BBL stuff. All y'all look like these strippers now. It's not cool. Shauna, what up? It's not cool. And she said, no, because y'all be looking. I said, we look, but you asked what we prefer. Y'all look. Oh, man, look at her. Yeah. Y'all look just like we look. But we was telling her, no, we prefer natural stuff, right? And she says, nah. Y'all gotta, I know that y'all lying. Y'all gotta like the BBLs. No, you could look at them, but no. You asked what we prefer. You know what she said? She says, nah, because I was watching this thing and Saucy Santana was rating these girls, and all the girls that didn't have BBLs, he was saying that the men ain't gonna like them. I looked at her, I looked at the rest of the group, and I was like, out. I was like, out. Oh yeah, Tom, I'm saving that. I know, Tom, I'm saving that. Their time is up. They had their little run, and it's over now. I was saving that. Matter of fact, thank you for reminding me. Another show. Smart record sales are down. 2 seconds of funk. Stunk. And it's up. What's next? Thank you, Tom. That's why I love the family. I told y'all make the show. Told y'all. Salute, Tom, I appreciate you. So I was like, peace. And dudes laughed. And when I was walking off, one of the homies was like, yo, Saucy Santana, his opinion means nothing. You see, and this is where the women get it messed up at. Saucy Santana does not like you. Why are you getting this flaming fat, broken wrist representative to judge naturally born women? And he was critiquing them hard, wasn't he? I saw the clip. I saw what he said. I saw what happened. I said, why they get this flaming sausage maker to judge a naturally born woman and then tell her that she ain't got no BBL? And guess what? He got a BBL. So because a naturally born woman doesn't have one, you get to judge her? By the way, this is the guy that they went and got a hold of and said it, no vote, no vucking. Him and a rundown 50-year-old stripper from Miami to convince the black community to run to the polls and vote. I promise you, I can't stand this. Can't stand it. Isn't that something? Yeah, Saucy got a BBL. I heard about that. Yeah, Tiago, he has a BBL. And he gets to judge women, naturally born women. And I had this coworker telling me that she knows that men like BBLs because Saucy Santana said so. I was like, I'm leaving because I'm about to lose my mind here. That flaming broken wrist does not represent me at all. Nothing. The way he looks, what he represents, what he says, he does not speak for me. He does not speak for black men at all. In his mind, he's a woman. He does not speak for me. I told you, we, the men standing here, that all, and we all, everyone was married, but her, by the way. Natural. So, woke has invaded male spaces, the video game industry, strip clubs, all forms of our entertainment, the movie industry. You hear me and Stormy B Man talk about what happened with Marvel. Do you know Phase 4 almost killed the MCU? Do y'all know how close that was? There wasn't going to be a Marvel movie made past that. Phase 4 almost ruined it. Leading up to the Avengers, the two last Avengers movies, Phase 4 almost killed all of that with woke garbage. You know Thor: Love and Thunder has no replay value? It is a horrible film. All this talk about orgies and stuff. What if you brought your kids there? I want to see Thor, Daddy. And then Zeus will talk about you're not invited to the orgy. It's like, come on, bro. Then they stripping Thor naked. It was ridiculous. Woke tried to attack Deadpool and Wolverine. There was some clowns running around talking about, oh, I know there was sexual tension between them. They should have just made them kiss. That would have been better. I actually read that. I was like, is this for real? Are they trolling? But things are rebounding because there's not enough time for me on this show to explain. Marvel rebounded. They had to do some things. They had to fix some things because we've had about 3 years of woke, and you know what happened? It affected their bottom line. Once you start messing with their pockets, now they said, nope, we got to bring it back. That's what the Deadpool movie was really about. It's a play off of the story. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. But they got it together. And they started hiring new writers, removing people, bringing back old people. They had to bring back Robert Downey Jr. I'm a little pissed at that. But again, that's bed cave talk. But they said, man, we got to get this bag back. They even talking about doing another Blade with Wesley. I mean, that's how far they've fallen. Get back to what got us to the promised land in the first place. We tried the woke way, and the audience showed us how they felt by holding their money. And everybody has a YouTube channel and Twitter say, yo, this sucks. Not dealing with Marvel no more. Woke done killed DC already. Why do you think Henry Cavill was actually a variant of Wolverine? Because he's not Superman anymore. Woke did that. When you put these women in charge and, we need more feminine power in this, and we need more gay characters in this, and no, you don't. Stop ruining my childhood. Listen, I really don't care about a heterosexual love interest. You could dip and dab in it, but I want to see things blowing up, superheroes fighting villains. I don't need a gay love story. I don't need that. I don't care about your agenda. Go write a book. David Gaines, the legend, he says, unfortunate for me, I took my daughter to see that crap. Deadpool and Wolverine basically saved Marvel. It did. It really did. It did. But now we have to rebound. And now, Juice, what up, bro? Now, all this woke stuff, women could do what men do. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? For years, women had a preconceived notion on what strip clubs. KP, what up, man? Where you been? They had a preconceived notion of what men did at strip clubs. And then when they figured out they can actually go in there and infiltrate and see what's going on, we weren't doing anything that they assumed. It wasn't happening. And then they ruined it from the inside out. If you missed my explanation on that, catch the replay. They ruined it from the inside out. And now the strip clubs ain't, at least not in the Bronx. They're not in New York at all. They're not popping like they used to. Y'all rather buddy up with your homegirls in the club and not take my money? Fine. We're not buying drinks. We're not paying the door anymore. And the lights went out. That's it. That's what happened. And this entertainment is a direct reflection, right? We're seeing it in music. Now, Sexy Red and Sukiyana and all these other chicks, they're going to have to reinvent themselves. They can't be smuts all their life. Do you know Little Kim is like knocking on 50 now? And she has destroyed herself. That's a gimmick and it doesn't last long. Adina Howard had that smash hit. And Adina Howard, she was the truth. But I was watching what are those shows they have on YouTube where they bring on the old artists and they sing their hits. And she's on there singing her hit. Let me lay it on the line. And I'm looking at her. Now she look like the sexy auntie because her hair is salt and pepper now. And I'm like, this is a little weird. I don't know if she's married. I don't know if she has kids. But now she has to stand on that. She put it out. And it was fun. But now you have to stand on it. And it was just weird because it dawned on me. That song came out in the 90s, man. We're in 2024. Holy crap. Okay. Always, when you see these artists doing that, always think, God willing, if they're alive 2 decades from now, who will they be? They're going to have to reinvent themselves. Little Kim has to stand by all of that smut talk she used to do. And she totally is unrecognizable. And to me, there was nothing wrong with her physically when she came out, but you can't tell people anything. Woke, right? Sukihana and Cardi B told you she don't cook, she don't clean. She was dead ass married. I think she's getting a divorce now, but she was dead ass married for a while. But told y'all she don't cook, she don't clean. How's that for woke? How's that for feminism? Do as I say, not do as I do. Woke culture ruined male spaces. Watch the bar now. They're all falling on their faces. I heard that Star Wars Acolyte. I was gonna watch it, but I heard it was horrible. I heard it was pretty woke. I didn't watch it. I heard it was pretty woke. And it's been canceled already, last I heard. Oh my God. Khalid, what's going on? Star Wars Acolyte, I heard it was bad. A lot of woke in that. And they canceled it. Wow. Do you know Star Wars is so amazing that there's so many side stories? You can tell some immaculate stories with everything. And what they're finding out is, listen, these are not things that women like. Video games, strip clubs. And back to the point, Jab Jamboree, my brother Axe, salute. Flatboy Plays, what up? And by the way, back to my point about strip clubs. The women invaded the strip club spaces, rotted it from the inside out. But you know what? I've worked at male review nights. Why can't we do what men do? That's what they used to say. Guess what? I've worked at male review nights and I've been completely disgusted. Like, oh my God. I've watched chicks with wedding bands get banged out on stage by the strippers. I've watched it. Listen, this was before the cell phone era. And when the cell phone era, when the phone started to be able to take pictures in color, we had to tell the girls, don't take your phones out. I've watched chicks give blowjobs to these strippers. I've seen it. I watched him behind the curtain get banged out, and then you drop the curtain, and then he really in it. The girls, oh! They were 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, 100 times worse than any male, strip club. The only time a male party with the lady stripping got bad, it wasn't even a strip club. It was a private party. Private. Like in a hall that you rent, and it's one door and two exits. That's when things get a little crazy. Private party. And that's like rare itself. Because those girls, those got to be working girls. But those male review nights, the worst. The worst. And I'm just sitting there, I'm surprised the whole fucking building didn't burn down. I'm like, oh my God, she got a diamond on her ring, on her finger. Oh my God, that's an engagement ring. Oh my God. What? What? Why can't I do what men do? You know what? You behave like how you think men are behaving in those environments. So you can't control yourself and you end up being yourself. And you end up not only one-upping the man, you put it out of reach. So you go to these male review nights and get banged out by several strangers, where the dude just went and just blew his money. He blew $200-300 in the strip club at night. You spent $50 and got your back stretched out. And guess what? You're going back. And then when you get caught, it's like, oh, so what? What y'all be doing? Not bad. Not bad. Shauna, maybe Ack will know. You remember a party, a little hidden party in New York called the Brain Fest? Yes or no? Y'all remember Cameo's Brain Fest? And guess what? He still throws parties. I ain't got to tell you. I went to 2 in the 90s and I was like, whoa. And I went to the second one. It was at Gaucho's Gym. I can say it now because this is over 25 years ago. Gaucho's Gym in the Bronx. It got raided. Me and my boy just left. We done seen all the smut activity we could see. We just left, went down, sat in the car, and the police came up the one way. We was like, oh, shh. We just left. See people coming out, strippers coming out. It was cold that day, in thongs and boots on with a coat on. It was crazy. Just got raided. Yeah, Sean, he slowed down a lot, but he still does parties. He did one on a boat a few months ago. Cameo's Brain Fest. One of those parties. He gives you an address. You go to the address. There's some dude walking around. You looking for the Brain Fest? Yeah? All right. No, it's not here. It's up the block. Then you go up the block. Yo, what? You looking for the Brain Fest? It's not here. It's over there. Like 3 different locations. It was serious. But it was a private party, y'all. Woke. It went from, oh my God, what was the word they used? You're exploiting women. Nicholas, what up? You're exploiting women. No. Ain't no one making these women do anything they don't want to do. They're doing it. Whether they're stripping or they're showing up to male review night and blowing a complete stranger. A naked man on stage blowing his dong, you don't know where it's been. You blow it, and then your friend blow it, and then some other chicks you don't know blow it, and then he starts giving one of those chicks back shots. I'm telling you, yo, my boy was like, yo, I'm turning around like, what's going on? You gotta see this. And I was like, what the It wasn't even a show anymore. These dudes are just walking around the floor, banging everything. No protection. I'm not even kidding, bro. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, Shorties had their shirts open, their parts were hanging out. I was like, yo. So that's a female space. Now, what happens if men went in there and say, yo, well, let's see what's going on in here? And they just went in there and they, whoa, what is this? Whoa, what is this? Yeah. And we could have did that, but I'm not ruining my bag. I was making a lot of money at that door. I'm not ruining my bag. In fact, if there was some dude showing up, you know what we would have did? Like, whoa. What you here to see? And that's another thing, y'all. A couple of those dancers were gay. But an erection is involuntary in a lot of cases. So if a girl wants to put a mouth on it, it just flies up, and he's getting paid. So he's straight for pay. He's straight for pay. You want a little something? $50, $100. We ain't gotta go nowhere. I could do it right here on the table. How about that? There was a lot of that going on too. Raheem, what up? Exactly, Act. That's nasty work. Saw it. If there was some dudes coming up, be like, whoa, what are you doing? This is a male review night, which means it's only for women. There's a bunch of male strippers in there. They would have to tell me, oh, you know, so-and-so, yeah, that's my guy or whatever. But still, you want to go in there and I would say 9 times out of 10, we would stop them at the door. Be like, nah, you can't come in. This is a male review night. It's for women. But the other side, we was asking the club owners, yo, we gonna let these women in? I mean, they're paying. I mean, there's some lesbians that come up here and hang out. Okay. Those chicks weren't gay though, and I knew it was going, man. In 1 year, I watched the decline, and boom, I watched the decline, and it wasn't only Sin City. And to be fair, I don't know exactly. I know that was part of the reason why they closed down. Maybe he didn't factor it in, but I've watched them lose money because I've watched the atmosphere change. It looked like a grown up school lunchroom. Girls over here, the boys was over there. And I was like, what the they ain't gonna make no money here. Ridiculous stuff. Woke is just, all up in male spaces, killing us. But we've made our point. The female music smut industry is taking a hit. It's not selling because what do we always say? They complain, but women don't even support each other. Like you think, nope. Already told y'all that. Ubisoft, the game company, somehow they put all those women in there, and the men said, "Man, this is garbage. I ain't buying this." And instead of saying, "Yo, we got to work harder. We got to listen to our audience," they say they hate gamers. That's what they did. So Ubisoft is. You about to be out. You be out. The MCU lost so much bread playing with this real. Yo, when you go to Comic-Con, the ratio between men and women, it's not the same. The women will show up in cosplay. That's what they do. They'll show up dressed up as a character to look all cute and everything else. They're into that. I'm talking about the people that read the comics, go there to look at the actors for their new movies, meet the artists for their favorite comic book. Those are the men doing that. It's not the women. And when you put women in charge of male spaces, you have anarchy and chaos. You know what that's equivalent to? Let me dumb it all the way down. I'm sure you've seen this on movies and TV shows. Maybe it's happened to you in real life. Fellas, y'all ever had a chick move into your space? And you leave, you come home, and she called herself cleaning it up, but now you can't find anything in your crib. You're like, yo, I put my keys here. This is here. This is here. Why is this fresh paint? And then you go in the bedroom, the room is pink. It's like, what are you doing? Oh, well, the pink brings out the floor, and I didn't put this here. I moved it over here because it should be over here. You don't, listen. I had everything where I could find it. Now you done moved everything. I shouldn't have to adjust to you. This is my place. You're staying here now. But this is my place. It can be ours. But you have to communicate with me. You can't just paint the room because you feel it's better. Communicate that with me. We got to find a common ground because I don't like this color. You do. And it's not about you. It's really not. Because I was here first. See how that works? Boss, I was here first. See how that works? Exactly, Mark Kendall, throw pillows and stuff. Man, get out of here. Get the F out of here. That's what it's equivalent to. Done let them in the house and they done changed everything. And it don't work. Y'all remember the Heathcliff cartoon? Y'all remember that character Riff Raff? Wore the hat, little Kango, remember that? Exactly, Shauna. The feng shui is all the way off. Y'all remember Heathcliff? Remember Riff Raff? He had that girlfriend. He lived in the junkyard with Hector, Wordsworth, and Mungo. Y'all remember the episode she was a house cat though. She used to sneak out the house to come mess with him, if I remember correctly. And something happened where she lived and he said, okay, come live with me at the junkyard. And him, Riff Raff, Hector, Wordsworth, Mungo, they went out and did some little adventure. When they came back to the junkyard was clean. And they were like, what is this? Oh, I cleaned it up while you was gone and I moved this around. I did that. They was like, wait a minute. It's a junkyard. We liked it how it was. And at the end of the episode, her living situation changed and she went back to where she lived. And what did they do? They grabbed some I don't know how cats get a hold of bulldozers, but they jumped behind some bulldozers and they wrecked it back the way they had it. The moral of the story is when you let these women in the male space, they try and add their female input in it, and it's not warranted. We didn't ask you. It's our form of entertainment. And a lot of women just get in these spaces to mess it up because they're evil. You can't have no fun. I was watching Divorce Court back in the days with the old one with Judge Maybelline Ephraim. And she wanted a certain amount of money in a divorce, and she wanted his comic book collection. The dude had a signed issue of the first Superman cartoon, air sealed. And she's reading it like, the judge is reading the order like, well, the complaint like, why do you want his comic books? Because she just spent all episode long talking about all he cares about is this, that, and his comic books. Oh my God, he's such a child. It's comic books, his comic books, his comic books. And then at the end of the episode, she's saying, his comic books are stupid. Why do you want them? And she just, her answer was, because. Because why? Because I know that'll wake him up. That'll make him a man. He doesn't need those books. It's so childish. He had Superman 1. Back then, this was the 90s. Back then, that comic book got to be worth, it was thousands of dollars, man. Why she want his comic book? To her, they were stupid books. To him, it's a reminder of his childhood. It's a form of his entertainment, nostalgia. And it was also worth money that she didn't care about. And she just wanted to hurt him. And thank God, Judge was like, I'm not giving you his comic books. Because you're just being rude and you're just being mean and vindictive now. Y'all are getting a divorce. He's away from you. Let him take his books. Philip D, what up? Let him take his books. He gonna go his direction. You go in your direction. Why would you want his comic books? Crazy stuff. Joe Townsend in the building. Salute. Rodney on that super chat. He said, bro, my wife did that to our closet while I was in Atlanta. Just threw my whole routine off. I came home and she was just like, babe, look what I did. They can't, bro. They can't do that stuff, man. But I was using that to make an example. But in this case, we're talking about how they purposely ruin male spaces on purpose. And, that was on purpose. Was she being vindictive? Probably not. But when you do things like that, it makes sense to consult your significant other. Back in the day, had a girlfriend. And this was when I was into the NBA like hard. I was into the NBA hard body karate. And Saturdays, y'all remember the NBA on NBC. Doubleheader. Out here, the West Coast game came on first because they were 4 hours behind us. And then the East Coast game came on last. Now, me and my buddies would get up and we'd watch, especially during playoffs, we watch the teams we liked. We'd be sitting in the living room watching, eating food or whatever. Girlfriend calls me. Hello? Yo, what's up? What's up? Uncomfortable silence. She hears all my friends are there. It's like 6 of us. We're laughing, we're talking. I'm entertaining, we're in my crib. I'm like, yeah, so what's up? Oh, nothing. So what are you doing? Saturday. It's the NBA on NBC. Oh, yeah, I know, young Abel. Yeah. Saturday. You know what I'm doing. And she didn't live close. She lives on the other side of the Bronx. She was like, oh, okay. And now she's on the phone. And I'm like, well, I'm going to talk to you later. You know what she hits me with? You getting off the phone? Yeah. Oh, you'd rather hang with your friends and talk to me? Translation. Daddy hugged me. Daddy didn't hug me enough. But I really don't like him. Translation. He wouldn't stop making my sisters until he got a little boy. And you have a half brother that lives in Los Angeles that you never met. And because you ain't straight with him, now you got to bother me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Played that game, right? But during the week, Monday through Friday, let me call on the phone at 1 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, what happens in the afternoon on ABC? Soap operas, right? I'll be on the phone with her, and as soon as 1 o'clock hit out here, oh, all my children's coming on. Let me call you back. Wait a minute. You'd rather watch all my children than talk to me? I couldn't run that game on her. And then when she says, oh, well, Saturdays, why can't I come over there and just hang with y'all and watch the game? No. Just like I don't want to be around you and your girlfriends when y'all are watching Wait and Exhale or y'all are one time I was at her crib and a couple of her friends were there and all my children came on. I got up and left. I didn't know what they were talking about. I didn't know nothing about the story. And I said, yo, listen, I'm gonna go. They didn't care. Okay, I'll call you later. I left. What the F makes you want to come and sit around, listen to us scream at the TV over basketball? Yeah, exactly, Shauna. The soaps are important. Right. Who am I to invade that space when you're immersed into something that you deem is important? But it was okay for her to try and invade my space over something that I found entertaining and I deemed as important. She just wanted to disrupt me because my time didn't involve her. She wanted all my time. So I did not allow her to invade my personal male space. No, chick, get out of here. Stay where you are. You see how that works? But time reveals all truth. Time reveals all truth, right? The result in allowing them to invade the male spaces was a loss of revenue. Nobody cared. I might still watch Acolyte. I'll tell you how ridiculous it is, if it is, because I can't, I haven't watched it. But it had to have done bad because they didn't re-up it. V Ben Israel, salute, brother. PM, salute. They didn't re-up it, so I guess it's trash. Take that, woke. Your woke agenda, your man-hating feminists. Take that. Take that. What you gonna do? Nothing. Not gonna do anything. I love it. Smut music is failing. Marvel woke up. They woke up and said, man, look, we did it your way for 3 years. We have failed movies. We set a trend. We were light years ahead of DC. And I put these chicks in charge. And now we got, broken wrist community flying through the MCU. And now we got to bring the MCU back with complete comic relief. Because you guys got on here and started playing. Oh yeah, Joseph Townsend, yeah. You're going to recast Robert Downey Jr. as a variant of Doctor Doom, but you can't recast the Black Panther? If you don't bring back T'Challa, man, come on, bro. Then they're going to have to. Yet they resurrected, they had to bring back Blade, y'all. Wesley Snipes, he's like 60. And he did well. All of that stuff I mentioned, NBA, like sports, strip clubs, superhero movies, video games, these are all male spaces. You let the woke culture in it, and they lost money. And now, they need to recast Kang. That's a whole thing. And now that it's affected their bottom line financially, they're like, nope, we tried it. Y'all can't say we ain't tried. Get out of here, beat it. Because when we was in charge, when the men was in charge, the people that give a shit about it, the people that spend money on it, because women don't spend money on this. We do. The women don't go to basketball. They go to male basketball games. What happened to the WNBA? How come woke isn't all over the WNBA? Instead of having their hand out. Tell me. Didn't I just say that women don't even support each other? Didn't I say that? There's more women on this planet than men. Why aren't the WNBA games sellouts all the time? If we find something entertaining, we're going to spend money on it. Hockey, basketball, football, golf, boxing, everything I just mentioned. There's women involved in that. But why isn't Clarissa Shields leading the charge in boxing? She damn sure is the GOAT. She's doing everything. Why aren't more women supporting her? No, it's us, the men. Stop me when I'm lying. So instead of invading our spaces, go support the WNBA and Clarissa Shields while you're at it. No, you're too focused on men laughing and having a good time, and it doesn't involve you. That annoys y'all. You gotta come bother us, and when we're over here happy, and here y'all come. What they doing? What they doing? What they doing? No, they can't be like that. I see here. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna do this and disrupt it. Why? Because an angry feminist with penis envy can't stand to see a man smile at all. We have to recognize that crap and say, no, beat it. Get out of here. Get out of here. Exactly, V-Ben. That's what I told my ex back in the day. You cannot come over here and with me and my friends when we're watching the NBA. You cannot. You're not invited. No. I knew exactly what she was trying to do, man. Get out of here, man. Go get right with your father. Eric Jordan in that super chat salute. He says, you be soft. Those woke Miguel from the company.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Crazy stuff.
Stupid butts.
So here we are. I'm woke. Because I see what they were trying to do the whole time. You can't pull no wool over my eyes. But the powers that be lost bread. Now let me get political on y'all for a quick second. Kamala Harris, right? Now there's more women than men. I think the number's like 8-1. So Kamala's supposed to run away with this vote, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, exactly, Reef. Because you know what? Men are capable of having... Listen, do you know I can get up and go to the movies by myself? Get there, get myself a little drink and popcorn and then watch the movie and have a good old time by myself. How many women can go to the movies by themselves? I don't know many, if any. Boss, I don't know many, if any. They gotta go with someone. They need someone to talk to. They gotta hold somebody's hand. Or This is me. Yo, I want to see that. Babe, you want to see that? Nah. All right. I'm off during the week. I get up, catch the first show, watch it, and that's the end of it. Remember when Kevin said, we don't need you? That's real. Watch this. Men have hobbies, whether it be athletic. You know, we go out and play ball, shoot pool, go bowling, anything. We can actually connect with each other or do things by ourselves. We can read books. We could play video games. We could draw. I draw. We could do all of that. Why is it that when I ask a woman what's her hobby, she got to think about it? Some women read, that's fine. But all of their hobbies involves money. Remember that? I like to go out and eat. That's not a hobby. I like to go to a club. That's not a hobby. Something that you can do that don't involve, I watch TV, not a hobby. Or I like this show on television, or that's not a hobby. Something that you can do on your own and you don't need no one else. That's a hobby. It don't cost you nothing. They don't have any hobbies. So they make the men around them their hobbies. They can't even entertain themselves by themselves. That's what all this acting out is. So when they see us in our zone, that frustrates them. A man could be sitting there playing his video game in the house, minding his business, reading a book, reading the newspaper, twiddling his thumbs. Here she come. What are you doing? I'm in my thoughts. I'm relaxing. I'm rebooting. So what's up? I don't want to talk right now. I'm in my thoughts. I'm rebooting. I'm doing something now. This is something I've done all my life before I met you. I'm about to be doing it after you if you keep fucking with me. That's how I had to literally tell my ex that. You see, she's the ex, right? I'm drawing. What are you drawing? I'm drawing superheroes. This guy's punching through this guy, knocking over a building. Why can't you draw like pretty trees and get out, go, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. The Audacity Podcast, salute. Get out. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, get out, get out, get out. This is what I do. Everything she did was involving her being out and about and around people. No, I'm not. I was never like that. I had a tight-knit group of friends, and I went out a lot. But the truth of the matter is, when I was in those spaces, I didn't like it. I was glad to get back to the block in one piece. Stupid. Gotta work smarter, not harder. You can't have no women around you invading your peace. You have a male space. I don't care what it is. Stand on it. Whether it's video games, reading, drawing, playing pool, bowling, basketball, going to the gym. If it's your time, it's your time. Letting them compromise with your spaces, that's a recipe for disaster. Case in point, the Marvel MCU lost damn near $1 billion or something like that. And they had to reboot everything. They said, we tried woke, it didn't work. Why? Because you women changed up everything, and the women don't go and support your product. I'm sure you told your family and friends, oh girl, look, I'm writing the new Thor movie, and oh, I'm involved, and I got all this woke stuff in it, and the people that did see it felt slated, and they ran back and told their other fellow fans, don't go see this trash. It's trash. Fuck it. And they didn't. And you ruined it. When it was ruined, your wokeness, you was left holding the bag. That's what happened. So my personal experience, all of this is symbolic to life, brothers and sisters. You need to hear this. Leave things alone. Stay out of male spaces. We don't bother you. Really don't. And now these big wigs seen that it's cost them millions of dollars, and they say, no, we got to bring the men back because we done lost all of the support that got us at these billions in the first damn place. Now they gave a good product with Deadpool and Wolverine. They redeemed themselves, and we're showing it by way of what? Our money. So now they got it back. Now they gotta get to writing, and now they can tell woke, yo, look, we tried it your way. And look at the facts, data, and statistics. See right here, we lost here, and here. We lost it on the TV deals. We lost it on Disney Plus. We lost it, and we lost it in the movie theaters. And this is you right here. So now you got to take a back seat, because we got to get back to what got us here. Call up Robert Downey Jr. Now you got to pay him like $80 million to bring back the MCU. And by the way, you should be still protesting them, because Jonathan Majors was declared innocent, and that woman lied on him. If you can't bring him back as king, make him the new T'Challa or something. Do something. all these variants. If you can make Robert Downey Jr. now Dr. Doom, you could bring, if you're not doing Kang anymore, you could bring back Jonathan Majors as a variant of T'Challa from another dimension. Oh, my timeline exploded. I'm the last survivor. I'm T'Challa. And you bring him to 616, and there it is. It's not quite T'Challa, but it's T'Challa. DNA says it's T'Challa, he just looks different. Oh well, there it is. Do something. He was a victim of woke, by the way, and racism. We're in the universe, you're seen on video from multiple cameras, you running away from that white woman, and you still lose your job. And she lied on you. Meanwhile, that kid that played the Flash was arrested, a drug addict, and he got hit with kidnapping. He still played the Flash. What? Man. I ain't gonna belabor the point, man. But when woke ruins the male space and it costs people millions of dollars, now woke got to take a back seat. So you're going to see it. So I'm glad Sukiana and all these super smuts are losing money. I'm glad that the labels are losing the money they invested in them, because that's a fad. It's a gimmick that's not, it can't last more. I said that. It's not going to last no more than 5 years. 4 to 5 years, tops. And they're already killing themselves. They're going to have to reinvent themselves. But at that point, we need to remind them the damage is done. You had a bunch of chicks marching to your tune. And now you want to find Jesus? We don't believe you. Marvel is getting their act together, hopefully. Comic books, same thing. Male spaces need to stand on it. Because if you let woke in it, it's going to, on a lower level, it's a threat to your tolerance. On a financial level, it's going to cost you money. On a personal level, it's going to make you want to do something that's going to put you behind bars. And don't do that. Y'all have a good weekend. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, Zelda, Cash at the Super Chat. And I'll see y'all Monday. Watch out for more Bear Cave videos. Me and Act and Derek Gaines, the legend. We're going to have a little conversation probably after LDBC Strong on Sunday. I love y'all, man. Much love and appreciation to every last one of you. This show don't move without y'all. Seriously. So y'all take it gently.